Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we're going to be starting day number 8 of my 12 days of Christmas in July 2021. And I have a 8x8 shadow box that I keep in my craft room. It's a nice size for me to just change out whenever I want. I also have 12x12 ones in my, I think I got, what do I have in here? I have 3 12x12 shadow boxes in the craft room. 2 of them pretty much say the same all the time because they got pictures of my grandmother and my great grandmother in them. So I do change them up every once in a while, but pretty much they just stay the same. And I believe there's tutorials on both of those in my videos, if you'd want to look at those. All right, so this one just pops back, makes it nice and easy. And we're going to be doing a new layout for this. So we're going to set that aside. This one is just a nice, see, my craft room has the teals and the walls are parchment. One of these days I'll do a video walkthrough of my craft room. And we are going to be using some more of the same paper line that we used the other day. Actually, a couple times I've used it. And it is Authentique. And I used part of this nostalgia one. Right here. It's from 2018. And it just has the nice snowflakes on the back. I also used this one here, and that's from the Classic Christmas and 2016. This is from the Tidings, and it's from 2015. And then I used the part of the sticker sheet from the 2018 Nostalgia also. I chose these little kids looking out the window as Santa comes in. And I just back that with some of that polka dot snow paper and then cut around it to give it an edge. I also used one of the stamps that was in there, the one that says Christmas Express round trip ticket. So those are the papers I used. I'll hopefully get those all used up this year. I also used the silver tinsel embossing powder from Ranger. I used my Tim Holtz Distress Ink walnut stain. I used just the edge cardstock strips. I used one of those. I used the stocking one. I used the snowflake cutout from the Sizzix 662280 die set, and I've used that a few times this year. I also used the snowflake from 664210 Tim Holtz wreath and snowflake die set. I used the Big Star from this die set, Couture Creations. It is number C07249445, Merry Layered Stars set. So that one. And I thought it actually cut those circles out, but it doesn't. It just gives them an impression, like almost like a light embossing. So I thought it cut the actual little circles out too, but it does not. It just gives like a embossed, lightly embossed. And then I also used the Reindeer Flight 656923 Tim Holtz Alterations Big Sty. And I used Merchant CMS 331 stamp set. I used the large 2 and 5 for my 25, and that is what I did with in the silver tinsel. Love this. I hadn't tried it before, and I love it. I have the gold too, so I'm anxious to use that now. I bought it last year and just now used it. So I love it. I would recommend that if you're looking for a nice silver. Okay. Let me get that stuff out of the way. Here. And I pretty much kind of got it laid out the way I would like it. I might leave it right on the black there if you can see it better. Let me try white. Let me see. Sometimes my tabletop makes things kind of disappear. Let me see if it shows up more on the black or maybe on the white. There we go. We'll just do it on the white. It probably doesn't matter. I usually have pretty good lighting in here. I also used one of these wooden stars, and it's from Creatology Christmas wood stickers, and I am not sure. I looked, I thought maybe it would say Michael's or I know it wasn't Hobby Lobby because there's always say on them. It might have been Joann's or Michael's. I'm not sure, but I purchased them last year. So I did use one of those. I have inked all my edges on everything. So with the walnut stain. My mind's going, oh. All right, so let's go ahead and pull these off. I do have a single layer of pop dots on the little children. And then I have a double layer of pop dots on the one deer. So, and this little tree was just in my stash. It was sent, I belonged to a group on Facebook for a while. I'm not on Facebook anymore. But I belonged to a group on Facebook and we did swaps, and this was in one of the swaps, and I thought that would fit in perfect. I have cut a piece of regular craft cardstock, 8x8, and I have edged that with the walnut stain. This piece here is cut at 7.5 by 7.5. I did not edge this yet because we're going to rough that up. And I'm just going to take a pair of scissors. I do have some tools that will do it, but this is very nice and handy. So I'm just going to kind of scrape that. This tutorial will probably be a little short today. That's okay. They don't all have to be an hour long. I don't know how long it's going to take us, but actually I'm going to set this aside so I don't end up with all those little pieces all over the place there. It gives a nice distressed look. If you don't like that look, you don't have to. You can just go ahead and use leave it flat and edge it with your favorite color if you want, or don't. You don't have to. I just kind of like the looks of it distressed, especially with the vintagey looking Santas and stuff. So, a little noisy, sorry about that. If you are going to use your scissors, be careful so you don't slice yourself open. I don't want you to get hurt. I do have several of the different tools too. I don't know why I always grab, probably because my scissors are always right there. So I just gravitate to those. And after so many years of just using scissors, you know, before you have the other tools, you just kind of gravitate towards that, I guess. A little bit more on this edge here. Oops, that tear, that's not a big deal. A little bit more here. All right. Let me kind of wipe that off here. All right. Now I have this. This is my, it's just the back of a pack of cardstock that I got, like might have been Hobby Lobby or whatever, just the back light chipboard piece. And I just use it because it's got kind of that coating on one side. I just always use that for my, if I have to rub things to get the ink on them, then I just use that. So it's got my own artwork on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and edge that up a little bit. Rub it. Kind of helps curl it up. I love making the shadow box things. I've got a couple other ones in my house that I use. One in the room where you enter, so that always gets changed out and decorated for the season. That one, I think where did I get that? Was it, it's like one of the, was it Stampin' Up maybe? Might have been Stampin' Up, but I'm not sure. Okay, so you can see that is roughed up and edged now. Put that away. So when we bring it back on here, it shows up a little bit more, just like that. There we go. Now this next piece, and I didn't write down how big this one is. It's not square. It is 7 wide by 6 3/4 inches high. That's going to go right there, so we'll still see the edge. So let's go ahead and rough that up a little bit. I should have had one of these done, but we can just sit and chat. We can just sit and chat. If you have not watched the other tutorials in this series, I will link in the description box. I will add a link for each one that's already gone through, and so 1 through 7 will be linked below to make it easy access for you if you haven't had a chance to look at the other ones, or if this is your first time watching my videos, then you can go through and catch up on my Christmas in July that way. So makes it a little easier for you. I don't know if YouTube is still adding ads on but that was one of their new policies, that whether or not you could make a profit or not, they were going to run ads on your videos, and they will make a profit from it. So, which I have mixed feelings about that. I understand that it's a business, but I also understand that, you know, they're kind of taking advantage of those of us who don't have enough subscribers and enough watch time to make a profit. And that part, I think, is kind of unfair. But it is what it is. I like doing the videos, and that's just that. So there we go. So let's go ahead and smudge this one a little bit. Same way. But yeah, so it is what it is. I'm excited to get some of my Christmas things done. It's like Christmas comes and goes so fast. And if you haven't seen, I did 52 weeks of Christmas. When I first started out, I did 52 weeks of Christmas. So, and that was a lot of Christmas. Doesn't seem like you think, oh, once a week. But it does start to get to your brain after a little bit. But it was fun. It was fun. All right, so that's going to go like that. And then this piece here was just one of the cuts. And it is It actually was a full sheet, and I just cut him out of the corner. This was all there was, and it was in the right-hand corner, and all the rest was this lined, like the dotted line, like your paper that you would write on. So I just cut him out of the right-hand corner, and he's going to go right on there, just like that. Let me just smudge his edges. There we go. So I will tell you what he ends up being here so you have a measurement. So he is cut out at 4 7/8 inches wide by 6 1/2. Okay. So just going to go right there like that. A little bit showing on the right. Some good amount on the left. I might even trim him down just a smidge more so I can get a little border around there. Give me just 2 seconds here while I go over to my trimmer. I'm just going to trim just a little bit off of there. There we go. So now we're at 6 1/4. Give me a little bit more of a border on there once I rough that up, then it didn't leave me much more. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start gluing these down. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue, and we're going to just add that. You can use whatever glue you prefer. You can use tape too if you'd like. I'm just the glue person. And I'm just going to eyeball this to the center here, like that. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect. And I always get asked, well, I shouldn't say always. I do get asked what this little tool is. It's from back in the days, if you remember the slice machine that came out years ago, it was like the first die cutting machine. And it cut on glass mats, and this is just the tool that they use to clean your mats off. And it's similar to what you would use, like a pan scraper. So it's similar to that, but it just works nice for spreading out the glue and stuff underneath your papers when you're laying them down. And you don't end up with just a bunch of glue in one spot. There we go. This is going to have even this out here. Again. Now this, remember, is wider than it is high. So there we go. Then we got our little last piece here. I would like to find some more of this paper just to have that brick. I love that brick pattern with the snowflakes mixed in it. I like it. It's so pretty. All right. And this is where I stamp that 25. And as soon as I get this on there, I will lift it up so you can see it. So here we go. It is very shiny and very textury, almost like tinsel, so like a glitter feel. But it doesn't look like glitter. It looks just shiny like silver. And I couldn't believe how reflective it was. Right there you can see. It looks like I cut out silver paper. I'm real happy with that. Really happy with that. All right. So I used the star, and I cut out from some corrugated cardboard paper. And I think we're going to put that down in this area. This is that snowflake I cut out from the Tim Holtz die. It punches out this center, but I want the center to be back together. So I'm going to glue those like that, okay? Because I want that to be on there. So I'm going to use some hot glue, and I'm going to glue this star down here. Like that, I think. And yeah, I think we'll do it kind of on an angle. Yeah, we'll do it kind of on an angle. So I'm almost tempted to do hot glue to help hold it. I think I will. I think I'm just going to use some hot glue to hold that down. I think that will work a little better. And we're going to do it on a little angle there. And I got to be mindful to stay inside my parameters because then we'll just have to trim them off otherwise. So there we go. Then we're going to go ahead and I will just use my art glitter glue for this because it's small. Go around the edges there, and then I'll put the other piece in just a second too. And that. Easier to do them separate here. Okay. And this really doesn't matter because it's not equal on the edges. There we go. And I'm going to add a good amount of glue to the center there. Like so. And I'm just going to slide it back into the cutout. The next piece, this is off of a pick, excuse me, please, off of a pick that I purchased, and it is from Creative Designs. I purchased it at a local store, and it's called Myers, and it's in Michigan. It might be in a couple other states now, but it's a store that was from a Michigan family, and that's where I purchased it. I'm not sure where else you can get it, but it was in the 4th of July stuff, and I just pulled off one of those stars. So I'm going to use some hot glue. And the bad thing about metal is that the hot glue dries extremely fast. So hopefully I can get it on there. And I'm going to do it in the same direction that the other star is facing. Just like that. Yeah, I think it might hold. Sometimes with metal, if you don't get it fast, then that should drip down and hold on to that paper. There we go. Got that. Then I have the deer. I have my snowflake, and I've just attached that ticket to there. And I used the base for this snowflake also from that same die set. I'm going to go ahead and add some art glitter glue to this snowflake. I'm looking at ordering some more snowflake dies because I thought you think you have quite a few, but then you go to start making them and it's like, oh, I guess I don't have as many as I thought I did. So this lays right on there like so. And that's going to go up in here. This is the strip that I used from that one die. I should have put that underneath there. Should have had that underneath there. But I think we'll be all right. I think I'm going to, yeah. Boy, if I could slide that under there. Let me see if I can try that up just a little bit so I can slide that underneath at least this star here. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Slide that underneath that star. Make it kind of even. Let me hold this up a little bit. There we go. can get it underneath there, then I can pull it up high enough so my boots aren't dragging. And then I'm going to snip this off down here like so, and here like so. There we go. So just like that, and I'm just going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm going to glue that down, and it should stay underneath there because the glue will hold it in other spots. So let me just get along this. I just thought the greens were good. Okay. Just like that. And then just a little bit on this end one here. Perfect. Just like so. And we got that. Right. Make sure he slid up in there far enough. There we go. All right. Okay. Then I have the little kids here, and I thought they would look cute right down in here, right in this area here. Like I said, I have them on foam pop-up dots, and I believe I've got these foam dots from Dollar Tree. I know they carry them now, and some stores carry more than others. My local one is a small store, so it doesn't carry a lot of what the other bigger ones do, but I have one that's, oh, I don't know, probably about 13 miles away or so, and that one carries more. So when I run out that side of town, I'll stop by there. My little tree I thought would be cute right down in here, so we'll do that. My deer, I wanted to put right up in this area here, I think. Yeah, just like that. And then this was going to go over here. All right, so let me get that on. I'm going to use some hot glue on this. The sticker is still kind of sticky, but I'm just going to use some because this edge is a little bumpy. So we're going to go just like that. So we got that on there. Okay. I'm going to start popping off these little dots here. Like I said, this is a double layer, so be nice and high. I wanted the different dimensions, and even though my shadow box has glass in it, it's a little bit away from my items. So, and I don't remember if I mentioned it, that's a frame from Hobby Lobby. They used to carry some beautiful ones in their scrapbooking department or their paper crafting department, and then they stopped. And I wish they would come back with them because they had some gorgeous ones. In fact, I got one. One of them that hangs in my craft room is from them, and it's teal. And I wish they would come back out with it because you could paint it any color, but it was very decorative. And all right. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to each one of these just to give it an extra little grip. And I think we want to be right up. I got to keep inside of my parameters there. There we go. You can still see my 25. There we go. So there we are like that. I actually had cut out this Merry Christmas, and I thought about that there, but then I found a wooden one, a Merry Christmas, and that had just this little piece connected to it, like you could make it as you could put ribbon through it and tie it onto something, but I snipped that off, and then I just used my ink and dabbed it in there to make it look like the rest where it was burnt out. So I kind of like that better because it has more dimension. So I kind of like that. And I got my tree. And this little piece here, this wooden one, I was going to put there. And this is also part of a swap that I got sent this. So I'm just going to glue that on top of that other one. We quite often would send extra little gifts along with the swap other than what was required. So I'm going to glue that on like that. And then this has a pop dot on it, so I'm going to pull that off, add a dab of hot glue, just like that. And we're going to place that right up there. And then I think I'm going to, boy, if might have to use a little hot glue on this, but I'm not sure. Let's see here if I can get away with it. It's very small. So let me see if I can get enough small amounts on there to hold it. There we go. And I want that just going straight across, I think. Just like that. Excuse me. Now, again, let me hold this. You can see the dimension going on. Like that. Perfect. So we're done with that. I'm just going to put my tree on there. Do I want it on an angle? Yeah, let's go ahead and put that on an angle like that. I'm just going to, oops, hang on. It's got backing on it. There we go. It's got sticky back on it. There we go. Little hot glue. Add that pretty tree to the corner there. Just like that. All right. So I think the only other thing I wanted to add was these were also in part of a swap, and they're iridescent snowflakes. And I don't know if you can see them. Let me see if I can put them on something that's more visible. Here we go. Let me see. That side's not. I think it might be just too bright in my room, so they don't look as iridescent on there, but they shine up really nice, kind of a green when you get them down on your project, like teals and greens. And so I'm just going to put little dabs of glue, and we're just going to place them here and there around the different spots. So it's not something that, just, pops out at you right away, but they're there. So, and the art glitter glue dries clear. Whoops. Getting glue through to my fingers and it's sticking to my fingers. Oh, let's see here. Maybe one up in there. There we go. Put one down here. And maybe one more right down in here. There we go, like that. All right, let's see here. And I think that is good. I'm really happy with that. That will look cute. Let me pop it on the black frame here and let me see. Maybe it'll show up better on that. On the black paper, I should say, not frame. Let's put it on the black. And it stands out better that way, doesn't it? Okay. So that is that. And I'm going to go ahead and tuck it in the frame. I want to take a minute to thank all my subscribers. I see I got a couple new ones, and I do appreciate that. I have been doing YouTube for a while, and I keep trying to get to over 1,000, but have not made it yet. And like I said, I'm not in Facebook anymore, so I don't have the ability to share those on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you want to share my tutorials, that would be greatly appreciated. And I got tired of the extra stuff going on. I loved my groups that I belonged to and loved posting all my videos and sharing, but you know, I just got tired of all the extra stuff that I didn't want to deal with. So I got off of there, and I don't regret that. I do miss all the people that I associated with and all the groups I belong to. I do miss that. So like I said, if you're on Facebook and you would like to share my videos, I would appreciate it. And if you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down in the right hand corner. A bell will pop up. If you hit that bell, you'll be notified each time I put up a new video. And a thumbs up and a share are always appreciated. You can share in many different ways. It'll give you different options. So that's always appreciated. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.